the world's largest asset manager, has just revealed that they will be investing $1 billion into Bitcoin and never sell it. This is big news. And in today's video, we're going to cover exactly what this means for the future of Bitcoin. Will this send the price to new all-time highs? And should you be buying Bitcoin right now? We'll answer these questions and more. So let's get started. If you don't already know, BlackRock is an investment company based in the United States that specializes in risk management and offers a wide range of financial services such as investment management, risk management, and advisory services. In fact, if you look at their website, they state that they are the world's largest asset manager with $10 trillion in assets under management as of March 2022. They offer a variety of financial products, including equity, fixed income, index funds, and more. And some of their most well-known funds include the iShares Core MSCI World ETF, the iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, and the iShares Bond Fund. And just like other financial institutions, BlackRock also owns several subsidiaries such as BlackRock Solutions, BlackRock Alternatives, and BlackRock Financial Management. Now, BlackRock is known for its advanced technology and innovative investment strategies and has been recognized for its excellence in the industry by winning numerous awards such as the Best Overall Investment Company by Global Finance magazine in 2020. It was also named the Risk Manager of the Year by RiskNet in 2019. However, despite its success, BlackRock has also faced its fair share of controversies over the years, including allegations of market manipulation and conflicts of interest. Nevertheless, it remains one of the most respected and influential financial institutions in the world. With that said, it comes as no surprise that when BlackRock makes any public statements about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in general, people tend to listen because their actions often have a significant impact on the market. And in this case, BlackRock's decision to invest $1 billion into Bitcoin and never sell could be a game changer for the entire crypto space. But before we dive into what this means, we need to discuss how this actually came to light. In early 2023, Bloomberg reported that BlackRock had filed 2 new applications with the SEC that would allow them to integrate Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies into their investment portfolio. The filings suggested that BlackRock was considering a spot Bitcoin ETF, which would allow investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin without having to buy and store the cryptocurrency directly. A few months after this initial report, rumors began to swirl that BlackRock had already started buying Bitcoin and that they were building up a massive position. These rumors were sparked by a sharp increase in Bitcoin whale activity, which refers to large Bitcoin wallets holding over 100 coins, and this led many people to believe that BlackRock was accumulating Bitcoin behind the scenes. However, there was no concrete evidence to support these rumors at the time. Fast forward to August 2023, when a bombshell report dropped from Bloomberg once again. This time they cited sources familiar with the matter, who confirmed that BlackRock had invested at least $1 billion into Bitcoin and had no plans to sell. This revelation sent shockwaves through the market, and the price of Bitcoin surged to over $38,000 within hours of the news breaking. So why does this $1 billion investment matter so much? Well, for starters, it shows that institutional adoption of Bitcoin is growing rapidly. Up until now, most major financial institutions have shunned away from Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general due to concerns over volatility, security, and regulation. However, BlackRock's decision to invest $1 billion into Bitcoin and never sell sends a clear message that these concerns are no longer a barrier to entry. In fact, they seem to be willing to embrace the volatility, believing that the potential rewards outweigh the risks. And it's not just BlackRock either. Other major players in the financial world have also been buying Bitcoin recently, such as Fidelity Investments, which reportedly purchased between $100 million and $1 billion worth of Bitcoin for its clients, and State Street Global Advisors, which launched a Bitcoin futures ETF earlier this year. This trend towards institutional adoption is likely to continue as more and more companies see the potential benefits of adding Bitcoin to their portfolios. Another reason why this investment is so significant is because of the sheer size of BlackRock itself. As mentioned earlier, they are the world's largest asset manager with $10 trillion in assets under management. That means that the $1 billion investment into Bitcoin represents a tiny fraction of their overall portfolio. However, even a small allocation can have a major impact on the market. For example, if just 1% of BlackRock's clients wanted to allocate 1% of their own portfolios to Bitcoin, that would require an additional $100 billion worth of Bitcoin, which would cause the price to skyrocket. While this is just speculation on our part, it goes to show the kind of ripple effect that BlackRock's decision could have throughout the entire market. And finally, perhaps the most important aspect of this investment is the fact that BlackRock has no plans to sell. This signals a long-term commitment to Bitcoin and confidence in its future prospects. When a company as large and reputable as BlackRock makes such a bold statement, it can go a long way towards legitimizing Bitcoin in the eyes of investors. who might have been on the sidelines up until this point by demonstrating a willingness to hold Bitcoin for the long term. BlackRock is sending a clear message that they believe in the technology and are willing to weather any short-term volatility in order to reap the potential rewards. This type of confidence can be contagious and may encourage other institutional investors to follow suit. Overall, BlackRock's decision to invest $1 billion into Bitcoin and never sell is a huge win for the entire crypto community. It shows that institutional adoption is growing, that even the biggest and most conservative financial institutions are starting to embrace Bitcoin, and that the technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about investing. That being said, this news isn't exactly bullish for Ethereum, but rather neutral to slightly bullish for the entire crypto market. And here's why. You see, BlackRock hasn't actually bought Bitcoin directly. Instead, they invested into several Bitcoin and crypto funds, including those run by Coinbase and Grayscale. Out of the $1 billion, $675 million went into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and $325 million went into the Coinbase Bitcoin Strategy Fund. While this is still bullish for Bitcoin, it's neutral for Ethereum because both of these funds only hold Bitcoin. However, this doesn't mean that you won't see any ripple effects for Ethereum, since the overall crypto market tends to move in tandem, regardless of specific news events. Still, if you're hoping for some big news regarding Ethereum specifically, you might have to wait a little longer. So what does this news mean for the future of Bitcoin? Well, it's difficult to say for sure since markets are complex and unpredictable. However, we can make some educated guesses based on the information we have available. For example, we know that BlackRock has a history of making bold moves in the financial world and that they are not afraid to take risks. We also know that they are constantly looking for ways to innovate and stay ahead of the curve. Given these factors, it seems likely that BlackRock's investment in Bitcoin is just the beginning. It's possible that they will continue to buy more Bitcoin in the future, especially if the price dips. They also might start investing in other cryptocurrencies, as well as blockchain-related companies. It's also possible that BlackRock will push for the creation of a regulated Bitcoin ETF, which could open the door for even more institutional adoption. Ultimately, though, only time will tell how BlackRock's investment in Bitcoin will play out in the long run. But in the meantime, you should definitely keep an eye on this development, as well as other news stories involving Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. Now, if you want to stay up to date with all things crypto, then you should consider subscribing to our channel. We publish daily videos covering the latest news, price analysis, and so much more. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure to join the family. Until next time.